Hello everyone, I am Ben the Bold, you are you, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Today, we're going to be taking on Gun Basics 2. It's a little bit like the episode we did the other day, except this time instead of attacking a light cruiser, we are attacking another battleship, but they are shooting back. We have the option to either build one battleship or a couple of heavy cruisers. I think in this case, I'm going to go ahead and optimize my secondary guns, because while the enemy does have a lot more armor than the light cruiser, I think my strategy here is going to be to use a lot of smaller guns, and instead of trying to just completely puncture through the enemy's armor, I think my goal, at least in this first try, is to use my smaller guns to just shoot a lot of shells downrange and kind of suppressive fire. Try to light as many fires as I can on the opponent's ship and just see what happens. So with that said, I think in this case, because my goal here is to use a lot of small guns to just send a lot of shells downrange, I think I'm actually going to go with the armored cruisers. And I think I'm going to try to build as many armored cruisers as I can. Let's go ahead and give it a tower. This time I do want the accuracy up, so I'm going to give it the best towers I can, at least for the time. Let's look at funnels. I want them to be nice and fast, I think. Oh, maybe not. I'm already starting to get up there in the weight. I might have to reduce their armor. I'll just do some small intake funnels. Let's do 3 of them, sure. Let's look at some main guns. As I said, I'm focusing on smaller caliber. Let's look at how fast these guns can shoot. Once every 56 seconds, once every 43 seconds. Ooh, these 7-inch guns shoot every 35 seconds. That's quite a lot of, that's going to be a lot more rounds than the 11-inch guns. I think in this case, because they do just have so much armor, let's look at the 9-inch guns. No, I'm going to just try it with the 8-inch guns. I'm going to have to get really close up in there. As you can tell, at 1,000 meters, they only penetrate 6.4 inches of armor, and these battleships are probably going to be heavier armor than that. But hey, this is just a first try. Let's just see what happens. I want to just shoot a lot of shells downrange as quickly as I can. And this might be the worst way to go with this, but we're going to give it a shot. See what happens. Let's look at some casemates. I guess I'll get some 4 inches in the front. Ooh, I'm already not really loving exact. I'm going to increase the displacement by quite a bit here. Let's make it 8,000 tons. Can I add any more 4-inch guns? No. What about any 3-inch guns? Also no. 2-inch guns? Okay, I can add a ton of 2-inch guns. I guess I'm going to do that. I'm starting to have some misgivings. I'm starting to think that maybe this strategy isn't the best, but you know what? We'll see what happens. And let's do some torpedo launchers. I haven't actually figured out how the torpedoes work. I haven't tried that really yet. I'm not super worried about, well, I want it to be a little bit faster. I'll do very short range. And then, let's see, basic steam, coal. I think I'm going to want the armor strength, and I'm not super worried about cost at the moment, so I'm going to increase the armor to that compound armor. Single hull. This is what I want, enhanced reload. That looks good. I'm suddenly way good on weight. What happened there? In that case, I'm going to increase the bulkheads by quite a bit. And I'm going to increase my speed to 22 knots. Nope, I guess just 21.5 knots. And is there anything else I can add? I'm going to do reduced torpedoes. Save me a little bit of weight, maybe get a little bit more speed. I'm going to just say maybe in this case speed is going to be best. And I could get heavier shells. It's going to increase my shell weight, but it's is going to increase the damage they do as well. No, it's going to increase my ammo detonation chance by quite a bit. So I think, alright, I'm going to try it. Right now I will get 2 of these heavy cruisers. We'll see what happens. And of course, here we are in the actual battle itself. I have sped the video up quite a bit. You will notice that I have switched to high explosive ammunition. That is because my whole goal here is to break out as many fires on their deck as I can. This strategy does not work unless I can break out a ton of fires. This strategy is heavily reliant on me sending a lot of 2-inch shells their way and just hoping that fires start. And as you can see, it actually starts out being pretty successful. I did start a pretty big fire on one of their main guns, and I took that as a real win, and kind of a sign of things to come. We continue to just kind of pulverize them. I probably bring my my heavy cruisers in maybe a little too close, considering they really just don't have the armor to stand up to these 12-inch guns on this, I believe it was an Italian battleship. And so just a couple hits from the 12-inchers can really do a number on me. So I do feel like maybe I brought them in a little too close. My lighter guns were actually going to be more accurate, so there was no real reason for me to jump right on in there, except for maybe the armor penetration, to maximize the armor penetration that I had with those just 8-inch guns that I brought. You can see that I am starting to get kind of pulverized. I am taking on some water, but alas, so is he. I'm deciding to bring my other heavy cruiser up on the other side, which turned out to be a pretty effective strategy. What also turned out to be a pretty effective strategy, and you're kind of seeing them pop up every now and again, is I'm getting a lot of torpedo hits, and it's causing a lot of flooding damage. So I'm really glad I brought those torpedoes. If I did not bring those torpedoes, I think this battle would have gone very differently. I continue to bring along my heavy cruiser on the other side. They continue to try to shoot at me with their 12-inch guns, but those 12-inch guns this early in the Naval Academy missions, at least, are very inaccurate, and so they're missing even though I'm not very far away. Maybe that has something to do with the amount of smoke, maybe it has something to do with the damage that they've taken. Either way, they are really taking the damage now. Of course, my ship is in dire straits as well. With that said, it's still able to shoot quite effectively. Here I am, I'm launching just my last torpedoes. It finally takes enough flooding damage to sink, and that is how the battle ends. My 2 heavy cruisers do indeed win the day. And we have completed another successful mission. Gun Basics 2 completed. Tune in next time when we take on Speed Basics 1. It should be a good one. Anyway, I've been Ben the Bold, you've been you, and I will see you next time.